Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hello, welcome to Christmas time in the city. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for stopping by. I've been waiting literally for months for this day to come. We are currently in Bryant Park in Manhattan. Their winter village has begun. So let's go have a look. Before we get to the shops, let's go take a look at the ice skating rink.
Everybody knows in the second life we all come back sooner or later. Is anything always a cat or barely
It's currently about 50 degrees here, 6 o'clock-ish. Sun goes down pretty quick these days. A little backstory about the park. Let me step over here so we can get a better shot. So here we are at Bryant Park. This is a 9.6 acre public park in Manhattan. It's located between 5th and 6th Avenue, between 40th and 42nd Street. In the background behind the Zamboni there, you'll see a big building. That's the New York City Public Library. One of the cooler libraries you've probably ever thought to go to if you haven't been here. And if you have, I'm sure you know for sure that it's amazing inside. I'm sure you've seen it from Ghostbusters and all kinds of countless exterior shots of New York City movies and TV shows. But because this is a library and this is a park attached to a library, there's a little bit of a hidden secret here. This whole park here is 2 stories higher than everything around it because there are 2 stories of bookshelves underneath the entire park. It's over 37 miles of bookshelves underneath this park here. The main entrance is inside. There's another little secret thing. We're gonna have to go in line for the ice skating to check it out. We'll go briefly. Or walking this way. You can see down that way is Times Square. An interesting view of the fountain. Let's talk about this right here. This plaque. Restoration of Bryant Park, 1980, 1992. More or less just a plaque to talk about all the fun things that Bryant Park has done and how they're doing it and who contributed to help it make it better. But more importantly, if you think of it in the context of how the library is set up, there's two floors of bookshelves here, very flammable bookshelves. So you would need to have an exit strategy if you were down in there, and the exit strategy here is underneath this plaque right here. You can see there's stairs over on the side here. If there was any problems and someone was downstairs in the stacks, they could easily come up through the plaque area and come right out. So if there's ever a fire down there, then they're safe, so don't worry. All right. Let's go ahead and have a little walk around Bryant Park. The Winter Village is sponsored by Bank of America, but because Bank of America did not sponsor this video, that's the last thing I'm going to talk of it.
How we doing? Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? All right.
started construction this year on the Winter Village on October 5th. And they finished it up by the 29th when they opened. They can do it in about 2 weeks, though, if they really needed to, but they took the extra time. The winter market started in 2002. In an effort to liven up the area during the winter. It wasn't popular at first, but the shops became a fixture in Manhattan in 2005 by expanding into an all-encompassing seasonal destination with ice skating, more fun activities. The south side of the park is where you'll find most of the food options, although there are food options sprinkled throughout. The Winter Village is modeled after Europe's Christkindlmarkt, excuse me. Lots of fun food. Had lunch a little bit ago on purpose, but I have a feeling that once I turn the camera off, I might go back and get some stuff. You see, there is a carousel here. I'm not sure if it's open during the day, but it's certainly not open now. But during the warmer months, it's definitely open all the time. To bow. They weren't ready for the opening, it looks like. We're gonna come back here. We're gonna get some of that cheese. Winter pie shop. We'll save up there for another time. We can talk more about Bryant Park in general, but let's head back around and see some more shops. Angelina Jolie fan, maybe? I don't know. It's like the North Pole shop thinks they got a few extra days to set up. Certainly looking forward to that, though. These are one of the spots you can definitely get some hot chocolate once the season kicks up. With all the sweets. Cute. This is the exit for the ice skating rink. Usually in winters previously this was the entrance, but they're doing it a little bit differently now. Donuts.
I gotta do my posting. Hold this for a minute.
Bubble teas.
Well, you pay.
Oh.
Those are really cool. Super bright. These are fun too. So if you're ever in town and need to get some gifts, this is definitely the kind of spot you're going to want to check out. Really fun, completely random stuff. There's all kinds of different stuff here. We try to do as much shopping as we can here and other winter markets in the area, whether it be Columbus Circle or Union Square. This is the Fever Tree Porch. I've had a few drinks here before. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's a little bit pricey, but you gotta expect that. They have the heaters on, which is also nice. They serve food. You can tell by the food right there. We're missing all the fun stuff here. More jewelry, pickles, Bryant Park tickets and souvenirs. Free public tours of Bryant Park. They're advertising this video. How meta is that? Hot sauce. Ooh. Alright. I like that little fireplace in there. Small business spotlight. That's pretty cool. So that one switches out and different businesses can come in there during the season. Sell their stuff. They had some pretty fun things in there.
I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, I have like $5 I can get. That's it.
So here's, I don't want to talk too much on it, but if ever a monk comes up to you and tries to get you to donate money to them, you don't want to do that. They're not usually monks. It's a very weird scam that people run here in the city. Well, they'll show you a paper of all the people that have donated before you, like $5, $10, $20, and you feel the obligation to pay, but don't do that. Monks crave not such things. Let's go around this way.
Another one of those waffles. It's so good.
There's a ton of Christmas decorations and ornaments and such. Those places normally do personalization as well, so you can have them write stuff on them if you want. You can knock out like 10, 15 presents in a row there, no problem.
Are all the watches the same price or do they differ? Do they the difference anywhere else? We look mostly the pick. And some people are asking Maria, like, igual vamos con un cambio
If you didn't prepare for the weather, you can always load up on gloves and hats, scarves, earmuffs. Essentials here in the colder months for sure. I don't know if they've announced when the winter market going to end, but it went pretty long last year. Fun prints and t-shirts and such. All your cat needs.
I was gonna say, if I'm working this one, I'm just gonna do this tomorrow. You wanna check it out?
Okay, paper towel store. Leather-bound books and such. These look pretty creepy, right? I think that's the intention, though. I think the ones with the faces, I don't think I would be into. Horses. Look at the vibe over here. This guy was like, I don't need any lights. Pretty cool though. Let's see if we can creep up this way. So in the summer months, in the whole area where the ice skating rink is, there's a big lawn they have out. And they have yoga in the mornings. They have movies and musical performances in the summertime. It's pretty bustling. Very squishy. Squishable. It took me a while to figure out what this store was all about. Seems, don't tell me how to eat my chocolate. But I guess the idea is that you wouldn't need to eat it. You wouldn't need to chew it. So this is the lodge. Yes, brought to you by Prime Video. I didn't realize that there was a Amazon sponsorship. Whatever, man. Pretty cool. There's a lot of fun stuff in here. There's a bunch of food options inside too. There's lots of nice seating, which is cool. Bar in the middle. Can't go wrong with that. Pretty fun. So over this way you can see there's a structure here. This one's not quite done yet. You can tell the intention is to have sort of more seating and more food inside there. In winters past, they've had like parties and you can rent it out for events up here. They're still constructing it. We're gonna check out the ice skating a little bit later on, but let's keep walking. My concern also is that this video is gonna get flagged. I don't really have any intention of trying to fix it, but I'd rather it not get shut down by the man. Overlook, that's what it's called. Closed currently, but it will be open and it will be fun. In the meantime, there's these things set up here. These have been all the rage here in the city over the last year or two. These igloos, I guess they're gonna have some type of seating in here, I imagine. Just some more up top. Let's walk around this way and take a look. If you've made this far into the video and you'd like to maybe check out Bryant Park in the summertime, go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments and we'll see what we can do about that. Because otherwise I'll just sit in the apartment waiting for the winter months so I can come show you winter But if you'd like to see the summertime, go ahead and leave a comment. And I'll bet at some point we'll probably do a video inside of the public library as well, if we can. A lot of fun stuff to see in there. Gertrude Stein. Another nice little restaurant. They're doing the QR code thing, so you would have to scan that to get your menu. I don't know. I've gone to only a couple restaurants since this whole thing started up, where they don't want you touching stuff. But I've always kind of disliked the idea of the QR code or something. I like holding a menu. I don't know. I also don't want to hold anyone's germs, so I guess the trade-off is okay. Okay. So we found a little juggling club meeting right by the statue of William Cullen Bryant, namesake of the park. This is what he would have wanted, I think. There's just a bucket of things to juggle. Let's take a little look here and watch this guy go for it. Let's go ahead and take a look up here at the statue a little bit closer. Interesting fact, 30% of people can juggle, 75% of people dislike jugglers, which means that 5% of jugglers dislike themselves. That's a little quote. You can look that up. But juggling is a talent I do not possess. Maybe I'm just resentful, I don't know. I'm not resentful. I'm sure I can learn how to juggle. I've done it with tissues. So let's talk prices a little bit, just in general. Prices can obviously vary. I've heard people talk about watches here that have been upwards of $200. There's also things that are fairly simple and that you could get, and I think people would be just as pumped about them. So if you were here on vacation and you wanted to do a little bit of shopping, there are things that are reasonably priced for New York City standards if you wanted to give it a shot. If you need a wallet. Trying some pants on.
Thank you.
Gotta be a better place to get pants. I don't know. Max Brenner, that's a good chocolate shop here in the city. Local spot. Some fun prints here. Very cool. Hello. Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There's all kinds of fun prints here. I'm really into those. It's always nice when people are receptive to me walking by randomly with a camera. I appreciate that. Max Brenner is doing some sort of chocolate things here. I think it's hot chocolate. If not, they're doing some type of chocolate dessert drink. So in a very early episode of the podcast, we talked a little bit about the bathrooms at Bryant Park. And I think I had been one time and had a negative experience. But I've gone several times since here. I'm going to walk by very slowly, but not try too much. The bathroom here is super nice. One of the best bathrooms, public bathrooms in the city. I'm not going to go inside. You know how bathrooms look, but it's very nice in there. So if you have to go. If you find yourself other places, one of the options you can do, there are apps you can get that tell people where there are public restrooms. Check Starbucks. So this is a little bit of a map of Bryant Park. We're right here right now. Normally that would be right here, and then looking out the grass. There's no grass. There's just that, and then the ice skating rink. We appear to have bottlenecked slightly. This is apparently a very popular booth. You gotta get your syrup. These are really fun shirts. TheAmazingGiraffe.com.
On the side of the ice cream. I don't know my directions. On the side of
More ornaments. These are really nice. I think I probably prefer these to the ones around the corner. These seem to be really fun too. Don't try to look in there. This is their window display. I'd be happy with most anything from this store, I think. Nesting dolls. Santa nesting dolls. That's interesting. I think I'd be really into that. So. Golf markers. Hopefully it's not too broken up. I did not bring my microphone. This was a very last minute video. It was raining when I left. I figured I'd give it a shot. And in my haste, I did not bring my camera or my microphone. This place usually has pretty cool stuff. It's all welded stuff. Wally.
You able to phone you? That's it. Me. Okay.
Basically,
Very
it's
cool.
like cold haters, like basically like pour the metals and
This is what it is. These ping pong tables or table tennis tables, whatever they are up year round. So you can come here on your break, I guess, or on vacation. If you're on vacation, you can come get a little pickup game of ping pong. I don't believe there's any paddles or balls here. You have to bring those yourself, but real table tennis players bring their own paddles everywhere, like a pool shark. Let's start over here for 1 second and see if we can get a little obstructed view of the Empire State Building. Red, white, and blue today. Not sure the significance of it outside of just being here in America. I guess it's today's a voting day, so maybe they're lining it up for voting. But there's LEDs, like they can do all kinds of things, tons of different colors. They can do light shows. They can do like rainbow strobes and pictures on there. It's pretty nuts. And I was working on one of the food trucks. The husband of someone I worked with was working there to code all of the lights. She tried to explain to me before. I had no idea what she was talking about, and then once I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's what she was talking about." These are really cool. Disney sort of art remade into kind of fun stuff like that.
I found this guy that I found somebody that does it. But even like that, yeah, I know people that do it. They're hard to
I guess you probably on food there.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I told you.
So this is the northwest corner of Bryant Park. There's this Bread's Bakery and Waffles and Dingy's. Waffles and Dingy's, little fun fact about them, I applied to work for them and they did not hire me. So, oh well. They were actually, the company was funded by Belgium royalty, actually, to give a better name to waffles here in America. That's a true story as well. It's pretty nuts. I'm not going to go read all the fun facts, but one of them is that they were funded by, I think, the King of Belgium. If you got the money, I guess, sink it into what your big export is. I guess Van Damme isn't selling anymore. Some more jewelry, plenty of jewelry options, really fun jewelry. And if you look, that's $20. That's $29. Incredibly reasonable. 3 angels. And they're playing fun music, so that's nice too. And glass. A lot of novelty socks. Pretty cool. Not open right now, but another food option. Himalayan artware. That stuff seems pretty fun. Pook. Alright, so let's head back over to the ice skating rink. We'll have one final look. So while we walk up, if you like this video, go ahead and make sure you give it a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to do so. We've got plenty more Christmas content coming out in the next 2 months. Really excited to show everyone Christmas in New York City. I'll see if I can sprinkle in some interesting information here and there. So I don't know how much the skate rental is currently, but this is Bryant Park. It's one of the only ice skating rinks in the city that you can skate for free if you have your own skates. Or you can rent theirs for a lot of money, probably. I mean, it's still worth it, considering. Let's see if we can see anyone fall down. That's why we're all watching, right?
Welcome to Bank of America Winter Village at Bryant Park. For your enjoyment and safety, please
Somebody almost went down.
all skaters must skate in the same direction. If you need assistance, our skaters
Nailed it. I hope I got that. Great.
and be aware of others.
You can see there the little fun little trainer thing for little kids to skate. They can push around a little penguin. Hope what I just said was audible. Definitely just talked over the PA guy. So we're gonna head out and walk around the corner just to kind of give us a little bit of perspective on where we're at here in the city. There is a part of me that's fairly concerned that the audio is going to be almost unusable. But you do what you can. If anything, I'll just take the clips, make it into some Instagram video or something. Either way, it was fun to come out, and we'll definitely be out a lot more as the season progresses. This is the first week that the market's been open. So we're gonna head over to 42nd Street.
Does he have no creative instincts? That's one weird thing.
Here's a little map of what the Winter Village looks like. This is a gentleman with his child drinking coffee.
Ricky, I'm moving to the side.
Ricky, she's moving to the side. So across the way is an Amazon Go store. I'm not sure if anyone else has those, if those are more or less in the more kooky big cities like New York City. It's obviously an Amazon store. There's no cashiers or anything. More or less what you do is you scan your phone when you first walk in, and then you pick whatever you want and just leave. And there's sensors everywhere and cameras that sort of keep inventory of the things that you've taken and charge your Amazon account. Pretty cool. Makes you feel like you're scaling. So it looks like the library is celebrating its 125th year. So that's a free fact. And if you look up in the distance there, that spire with the sort of triangle lights, that's the Chrysler building. Not to be confused with the Empire State Building and vice versa. Here's a Chipotle. Fun fact, there's a Chipotle on either the north and south side of Bryant Park. So if you need to get some food, we've got two options for Chipotle.
I was sick as they had.
All you people wait to get pulled under and over.
So right here is the 5th Avenue Bryant Park station for BDFM, the 7 trains. If you're referring to the trains here in the city, we don't talk about them by their color or by what they are. Because isn't that what's most important? So don't say like the red line or something, because no one knows what that is. Or they would, but they'll make fun of you. Hot dog stand. Shutting down for the day. Let's go this way, actually. See if we can get a bit of a shot. So, Bryant Park's in Midtown Manhattan. There's not a whole lot going on outside of Midtown as far as housing. It's mostly businesses. But because Midtown's centrally located around a ton of hotels, this area ends up being fairly popular fairly busy most of the time. So let's take a look at the library close up, then we'll go across the street and get a better shot. Let's take a look at this. This is this treasures exhibit. Gotta check it out. It's free. You got all kinds of fun stuff there. That's the original Winnie the Pooh. I guess the bear that was based on the bear that inspired the story. In shape only, I'm assuming. If it starts walking around and talking and saying "oh bother," then you should probably burn it. So here's a fun little statue of Sutton. Gotta say, I didn't take any time to research anything of the library. Let's go ahead and cross the street so we can get the big shot. So this is 5th Avenue. This is the back end of Rockefeller Center, would be down that way. St. Patrick's Cathedral is down that way as well. Rockefeller Center is like 19 buildings. It's a pretty big area. It's not just the 30 Rock or those 4 or 5 buildings around there. There's a lot of buildings on both sides of 5th and 6th Avenue. Go ahead and give one more crossover. I think we might be able to get a good little shot. So here's a vacant building. At least the storefront's vacant. Here we are. This is the outside, the front entrance of the New York City Public Library. You'll see on both sides it's flanked by lions, one right there, and one right there. There it is. The names of the lions are Patience on the left and Fortitude on the right. They've been renamed a couple times, but that's their current status, I suppose. At one point they were called Lady and Lord Lennox and Astor, but they're both male lions, so I guess they got rid of that. So this is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you've made it this far, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section letting me know if you did make it this far. I appreciate it very much for doing that. Like I said, we have a lot more videos coming up in the near future, so be sure to stick around. Until next time, this is Christmas time in the city.
This is the last stop on this train. Everyone, please leave the train. Thank you for riding with
Christmas time in the city.